Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Non-League's Premier League. My name's Louis, also known as Lurg. I hope you are well. It's Friday and we've got a fantastic weekend ahead of us. Well then, exciting times. We have signed another new player, which has cost a lot of money. And we're in decent form in the Premier League. Now, we have been defeated one time. We'll take you through the games, what should have happened. And honestly, we could already be in the European spots had we not dropped points where we have dropped points. So, if we just go then into where we were with our transfers first and foremost, you will see that we have picked up youngster Jesse. We're going to call him Jesse, okay? Young Spanish centre-back. Very, very good. Great technicals already. Solid mentals and very good physically. He's only 21 years old. He's going to come in. He's taking over Alfie Gilchrist's place, which is a little bit disappointing. But between him and Gilchrist, unfortunately, Gilchrist just doesn't stand up to him. Much better player. So we're really looking forward to how he performs. In terms of where we are, if I come into... Why have I lost it? Schedule. That's where we are. You were last with us, obviously, for the 1-1 draw against Sheffield United. We then followed that up with a tremendous 3-1 win at Derby. A very disappointing 1-1 draw against Stoke in a game in which we absolutely smashed them and we give away a penalty in the 92nd minute. Very, very disappointing. We then beat Wimbledon in the Carabao Cup second round. We then beat Burnley 1-0 away from home. We then lost 1-0 to Chelsea, and in all fairness, Chelsea did deserve to win, but we gave them a very, very good game, and we could have took a draw from that. We then drew 1-1 with Leeds in a game, again, that we shouldn't have drew. We're at that point where we've got a team that just needs to click. If this squad can really get themselves together, we're going to do magical things this season. I promise you, one more season and maybe 2 signings and this squad is going to absolutely kill this league. And then we lost 1-0 away, at home to Nottingham Forest. Very, very disappointing. Wow, that was difficult to say. Fixture, really. We were ahead for long periods of the game in terms of possession, shots and all sorts. Just couldn't find that breakthrough with the youngsters who we got out. And Forest, in fairness to them, scored a really nice goal. And there's not a lot that we can do about it. However, I am hoping that we have reserved our best for you guys on the pitch today. We will be playing then Newcastle followed by Tottenham away. Let's get into the games. Here we are then for the game at St Andrews. As you can see, our starting 11 is Felipe, Jimenez, Wood, Jesse, Gerardo, Simon and Frost in midfield with Zvantanovic, Daniel, Marek and Petruzzi up front. Marek, by the way, has hit the ground running. Looks a very, very good player. So we're hoping that we reserve the best of it for you guys on our live comms this afternoon. Obviously, it'd be lovely here to pick up 3 points against Newcastle. I would expect us to do so, honestly, and we're hoping for a really good performance. Zvantanovic will be coming off at half-time because we need to keep him fit, and he's just come back from injury, so we're not going to risk him. Dion McGee is going to be making way for him at the 45-minute point. So we've been in a spot where we've been absolutely dominating teams with possession, and not necessarily turning that position into anything good. And at the moment, Newcastle are actually matching us kind of like for like in every department, which is not good. So we're going to straight away demand more out of the team. And here we come on this left-hand side then. Jimenez plays it to Daniel. Daniel gets it in. Marek's got the ball. Marek goes down very easy. That looked really, really, really light call if this is a penalty. I don't think that was a foul, honestly. Why is our centre-back taking a penalty? I really need to sort my penalty takes out. Jesse then. Oh! hits the post, just about gets it in the goal. You'll see it's the inside of the post, but pretty much just on the point where that could have bounced back out. Very, very fortunate there for ourselves. And I think very fortunate actually in the penalty decision. That seemed very, very light. If I was the Newcastle manager, I wouldn't be very happy about it at all. And at the moment, we're just not showing you the kind of oomph that we've had so far this season. Don't want to concede just before half time. This will be really annoying. St. Maxim with the free kick. Plays it to Sibley. Back to St. Maxim. Oh, he hits the post as well. And then Jesse does get the ball clear. Minute to go here at St. Andrews. And we do go in at the halfway stage then at 1-0. We've been the better side. But we've not been dominant by any means. So we will now make the changes. We will bring on obviously Dion McGee on that left-hand side for Sventanovic. Everybody else is playing okay. Nobody's really lighting the world on fire at the moment. So we're going to hope that we play a little bit better in the second half. We're going to drop back to a bit more just of a positive mentality as well. McGee with the free kick gets it in. It's headed over by Petruzzi. We look decent, but we don't look like the force that we looked early on in the season. Maybe I've got a little bit too excited about the squad, but if you'd have seen the games that we had early on, we looked fantastic. Gerardo to Daniel then. Daniel took out there. And Jesse's on the ball. Jesse plays it forward to Simon. Simon's going to cut it back across to Frost. Really poor pass. Lopez comes forward. Spreads it out wide to Bushell. McGee's on him here. McGee gets to tackle him, but Bushell does get the ball back. Yanko Wood heads it away. Petruzzi now. Plays it back to Jimenez. Jimenez launches it long, and McGee wasn't on the same page there at all. And actually let the ball just run behind when he should have been going for that ball. So Maxim then comes forward. Wood just backed off him and backed off him and backed off him there. That is really annoying from a man who is meant to be one of our better central defenders. And you'll see here, he just completely... I mean, Gerardo's also at fault here, in fairness. But they're both completely just back off him, back off him, back off him. St. Maxim, in fair play to him, very, very good strike. But from ourselves there, that was absolutely appalling. We're going to demand more. And it's Newcastle then in the ascendancy at present. Jimenez heads it away. Bichel's on the ball. Yankuto back to Bakayoko. Bichel. McGee tries to get a foot in again and just can't. Yankuto again. We are closing them down nicely here. Daniel intercepts. Petruzzi's there. He knocks it through to Maric. And Maric, as you would expect, 4 goals so far this season. Very, very good. Nice tidy finish. Newcastle, though, by no means out of this game. They've given us a really good game today. Daniel with the pass across. Petruzzi just really nicely lays it across. And you would expect Maric there to handle that one-on-one. No problem at all. And hopefully give us the 3 points that we was after. We was after a bit more of a dominant display today as well. But it is what it is, unfortunately. The clock is winding down then. And nothing much going on. Lewis takes the free kick down to Sibley. Back to Lewis. He's going to go long. He does go long. St. Maxim's on the ball. He's gone round Wood again. St. Maxim has had Wood in his pocket this afternoon. And that's not really a good thing for us because St. Maximin is not he's not exactly a world beater, is he? And is that a penalty? It's not a penalty. Look for a minute there like it could be a penalty. We will make a couple of substitutions just before the end of the game because Maric has now picked up a knock and we don't want him getting injured full time. Petrus has actually picked up his act a little bit. Gavin Frost, we don't want him getting yellow carded and being unavailable for our next game. So we'll bring on Tommy Doyle there. Just freshen up the legs a little bit and I hope to just shore up this one now. Obviously it's not a massive win for us, but any win is a massive win. So it's not massive in terms of the way we played. Obviously the XG shows that we were well good for our money really. Good for the result, but it's not what I've come to expect and I'm hoping that maybe you'll see that in the Tottenham game then. I am going to say well done, give the players all a bit of a morale boost. Yes, I'm pleased. I mean, it was a fantastic strike. You can't say anything else other than the Maximin strike was fantastic. Right then, we will be back in a moment for the game at Tottenham. And here we are then for the game against Tottenham. As you will see, we're going with a very similar 11. Unfortunately, Maric is injured, so we've got Del Castillo on the right-hand side. We've also brought Mokhtar back in up front. So we've got Felipe, Jimenez, Wood, Jesse, Gerardo, Frost, Davenport, Sventanovic, Daniel, Del Castillo and Mokhtar in the squad. Obviously going to be a very difficult game this afternoon against a Tottenham Hotspur side who are sat third in the league and in very, very good form. However, we are coming here, we're coming to play, and this is where we fall down because I can't just come and sit back. Let's give the fans a performance. I just want to concentrate on my team. Let's see what happens. Obviously, it is a huge thing to be missing Maric. He's out for 6 to 9 weeks. That injury that looked like it was just a knock in the last game against Newcastle was actually a pulled hamstring, so that's fantastic. No sarcasm there at all. As you can see, we've started the game on the front foot here against Tottenham. Dyer heads it away, then McNeil. Tottenham have got some really good players, by the way. McNeil comes forward, out to Fisher. Fisher got plenty of time to pick a player. Back to McNeil, back to Fisher. Kane is there, and Kane scores. 13 minutes gone, and it's Tottenham 1, Solihull Moors 0. And let's hope that this really isn't going to be a very long afternoon. We won't watch that one again. Very, very scrappy goal. And we will shout to the boys a little bit of encouragement. McAllister then, Frigga to Dupont. Dupont is amazing, by the way. Really good player. Fisher pulls it back to Puig. Davenport doesn't get there. Felipe does collect the ball really nicely, though. Again, playing well against a team who you would expect to really kind of dominate and destroy us at times if we were to sit back. But we're not giving a bad account of ourselves here, but we've had nothing highlight worthy. All the highlights have been for Tottenham. Dupont then comes inside and Felipe gets it at the near post. And I'd love to have Dupont in the side. Jesse then has the ball. Goes like wide now to De Castillo. Castillo's got Mokhtar in support. Will he use him? No, he's gone for Centanovic, who is through. Oh, and it's just got away. And that was a big chance for us there. Pretty much one-on-one. And he messes it up. Del Castillo again. It's a 3-on-2. Mokhtar here. He's still got Sventanovic inside and instead cuts in to do it himself. Hits it at the near post. And we look good here, you know. We're giving Tottenham a game. This is what I said about the Chelsea game is we're not winning these games. And yes, I know that it's horrible when we lose them still. But we're coming to teams who are Champions League, Europa League. We're coming to their ground and we're giving them a real good go. Sventanovic then plays it back inside and Daniel's there. First goal of the season for the youngster. And that pulls the Moors level just before half time. 38 minutes gone on the clock. And I told you, this team, don't get me wrong, I'm still expecting that Tottenham will beat us here today. But we've got that little bit of just pizzazz about us. And with a couple more signings, and I do think with this season underneath our belt as well, I really think this team is going to be a really dangerous team. Like, very, very much so. I think that next season, we should be at least pushing for the top 6. We owe Tottenham after our last match. That gives them a little bit of motivation as well. Kane kicks off then. Puig all the way back to Pavlovic. Puig again. Daniel dispossesses him. Mokhtar's on the ball. Mokhtar dispossessed. Davenport. And the ball is just getting passed around all over the place. Del Castillo, a really strange attempt on his right foot there after cutting inside. Should have passed it or used his left. But a good account of ourselves being given here. And we're not too upset at all. Tottenham with the free kick then. McAllister gets it in. It's headed away. Daniel's going to get to the ball first. He has got Sventanovic free. Miles of space on the left. Could play it back to Mokhtar, but goes for the audacious. And it's wide. But we're playing very well here. Eric Dyer then plays it out wide to Wrench. Wrench goes past Frost really quite easily. Inside to Dupont. Dupont gets the ball over. Gerardo's there. Plays it out wide to Castillo. Castillo's got options, but 3 men on him. Does actually find a space for the cross. Sventanovic is there, and Sventanovic gets his head on the ball ahead of Eric Dyer, and that was really nice. Puts us 2-1 ahead, and to be honest, when Castillo's got the ball from where he is, I don't think that a cross is going to manage to come in at all. Does very, very well to get there, and Sventanovic, no problems at all. And we look good, don't we? You know, not spectacular, not world beaters maybe, but 8 games into the season, we're sat in 4th place. We're competing. McAllister then, Kamara, Palmer, Fisher's free, and that was far too easy. You know, to be competitive with these kind of squads though, really does say a lot about the direction that we're going in, and I am very excited about the squad. I know I've said that in this episode 3, 4, maybe even 5 times. Felipe there really needs to give his head a wobble. It looks like he'd just been shot by a sniper in the stands. Just falls to the floor. But yeah, you know, we're not at all doing ourselves a disservice here. Sventanovic then to Frost. Frost has got Davenport in support. Sventanovic he had Jimenez out wide. Sventanovic is there. Very, very poor effort there. You'd have expected him to go across the face of goal. Instead goes near post, and it's not really very good. Sventanovic is now very, very tired. Frost is having a poor game as well. So we'll bring Gavin Frost off, and we will bring on Tommy Doyle. We will bring off Sventanovic, and we will bring on Dion McGee. And for my final change, Matthew, we will bring on Petruzzi for Mokhtar, who's not had the best of games this afternoon again, and still hasn't scored, which is quite concerning as well. But 15 minutes to go here. Corner kick comes in then from McAllister. Oh, wow. And against a run of play, really, I would say. Nicely worked set piece from Tottenham there. Goes to the back post. Fisher gets it. Heads it back across goal. And Pavlovic is there just to nod it in nicely. And there's not a lot we can do about that. It is what it is. But a very solid performance against the Tottenham Hotspur side. And I mean, I'm happy with the performance, even if we end up losing here 4-2, which would be very disappointing. But you can't say that we've been battered by Spurs. We've given them a really good game. Castillo here can't get round his man, and that's going to be all it. It does finish, unfortunately, at full time. Tottenham Hotspur 3, Solihull Moors 2. But look at that for a game of football. 18 shots versus 19. 7 on target versus 8. XG-wise, slightly the better side, Spurs. 2.15 to our 1.98. Very, very equal everywhere. Pass completion, very, very similar. Possession stats, very, very similar. This is a side who should be walking the ground with a squad who was only promoted last year and has made, 4 changes over the summer. So I think we have to say to the boys, we are absolutely delighted with that, because I am. I really am. What do you think about the squad then? How do you think we're playing? You know, I might be getting a little bit ahead of myself, but I genuinely think we've got a very, very good squad on our hands here. Now, before I let you go this afternoon, guys, I will just give you a quick update on where we are with Spain. We have played 2 games so far with the Spanish national squad, which were against Finland and Sweden. And as you can see, very, very good start to life as Spanish manager with a 7-1 win and a 3-1 win respectively. Top of the group at the moment in the European League Division A Group 3. We've got France up next, so that'll be interesting. But we will be back on Monday with some more club football. Guys, thank you very, very much for all your continued support. Really do appreciate it. I hope you all have an amazing weekend. I'll catch you on Monday afternoon.